Imagine waking up 50,000 years ago. No phone, no coffee, no Wi-Fi, just you, a chilly cave, and the possibility that your neighbor might be a Neanderthal who thinks fire is still some kind of black magic. Welcome to the Stone Age, baby, where your love life might involve heavy brows, bigger noses, and the romantic sound of rocks being smashed together. Now, picture this. Homo sapiens, that's us, strutting out of Africa with nothing but ambition, spears, and a solid cardio game. Meanwhile, Neanderthals have been chilling in Europe and parts of Asia for a couple 100,000 years already. They had culture, tools, fire, the whole prehistoric Airbnb setup. So when we showed up, it wasn't some epic battle of brains versus brawn, nah, it was more like a weird high school reunion with a twist. Awkward flirting, occasional clubbing, and DNA swapping. That's right, some of y'all got Neanderthal in your bloodline and you didn't even get dinner first. Let's talk dating apps, Stone Age edition. Homo sapiens and Neanderthals didn't swipe right, but they definitely got together. How do we know? Genetics don't lie. Modern, non-African humans have up to 2% Neanderthal DNA. That means somebody's great-great-great-great-grandmom was throwing it back with a guy who probably had thicker eyebrows than The Rock and hunted mammoths for fun. And hey, like the Bloodhound Gang said, you and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals. Apparently, our ancestors took that literally. No love songs, no candlelit dinners, just a shared fire, some grunts, and an understanding that winter is cold and nobody wants to cuddle alone. But don't romanticize it just yet. These relationships weren't always candlelight and cave paintings. Some might have been strategic, some might have been forced, some might have just been curiosity. Either way, things got intimate. Neanderthal women and modern human men, that combo shows up more in the genetic record than the reverse. Scientists still debate why. Maybe modern human dudes were the original pickup artists. Or maybe Neanderthal guys were too busy inventing the first dad jokes in grunts. Let's bust a myth real quick. Neanderthals weren't dumb. That whole, me hit rock image, pure garbage. These folks were actually sharp. They buried their dead, they crafted tools with precision, they even made jewelry. One Neanderthal bracelet had a carved eagle claw. That's not just survival, that's prehistoric swag. They were artists too, painting on cave walls tens of thousands of years before Banksy ever thought of using spray paint. Still, while Neanderthals were holding it down in Ice Age Europe, Homo sapiens came through with something different. Not just new weapons or fancier fur capes, but complex language, faster innovation, and bigger social networks. We weren't necessarily smarter, we were just better at group projects. And as any introvert will tell you, that's a dangerous skill. So when these two human species met, they didn't just trade stories around the fire, they traded genes. But the Neanderthal line started shrinking. Climate shifts hit hard, food got scarce. Then came the Homo sapiens, moving in like new neighbors who don't stop talking and start reorganizing the neighborhood watch. Over time, Neanderthals dwindled, not because they were weak, but because change moves fast and nature doesn't wait. But here's the kicker, they never really left. You're walking around with their legacy right now. Your skin tone, your hair texture, your immune system, all touched by Neanderthal genes. Even how your body reacts to smoke, sunburn, or viral infections. Traces of them echo in you. They may have vanished from the caves, but they're still lurking in your mitochondria like prehistoric ghosts whispering, "You're welcome." Now, let's zoom out. Imagine the Earth 50,000 years ago. A planet caught in a long ice age hangover. Glaciers slicing through continents. Saber-toothed cats roaming the land like they owned it. And humans huddled in caves wondering if this was the week they'd finally invent soup. It wasn't just about who had better tools. It was about who could adapt. When mammoths stopped showing up to dinner and your favorite forest turned into a frozen wasteland. Homo sapien? Oh, we were the MacGyvers of the Pleistocene. When life handed us Ice Age lemons, we invented insulated clothing, built better shelters, and learned to chase prey over 20 miles like sweaty marathon champions with spears. Neanderthals? Not lazy, just less flexible. Think of them as your uncle who still uses a flip phone. Solid guy, built like a tank but refuses to update his OS. It's also about brains, not just size, but wiring. Neanderthal brains were as big, sometimes even bigger than ours. But it's not about the hardware, it's the software that matters. Homo sapiens likely had more advanced communication, symbolic thought, and social cooperation. We could gossip, plan ambushes, or come up with inside jokes. That's a tactical advantage in any era. And let's not forget mobility. Homo sapiens were globetrotters before globes existed. We spread like gossip in a small town, from Africa to Australia, Europe to the Americas. If there was land, we walked it. Neanderthals mostly stuck to Europe and Western Asia. Less global ambition, more neighborhood loyalty. Eventually, it all added up. Climate change, competition, maybe even diseases brought by us globe-trotting sapiens. Neanderthals faded out. Not in a blaze of mammoth hunting glory, but in a slow, quiet drift into extinction. A tragic exit, with a genetic twist, because they didn't disappear completely. They became part of us. Their DNA lives on in our skin cells, our immune responses, even our tendencies toward anxiety and night owl behavior. So next time you're lying awake at 3 a.m. doom scrolling while avoiding social interaction, just know, that's the Neanderthal in you. He's still in there, vibing. And maybe that's the twist we forget. We think history is about winners and losers, but really it's about mergers. Homo sapiens didn't destroy Neanderthals. We absorbed them, learned from them, maybe even loved them, awkward eyebrows and all. In a world that loves to divide and categorize, this prehistoric mashup reminds us we've always been more blended than separate. So here's to our thick-browed ancestors. They didn't vanish. They evolved into awkward uncles, chatty cousins, and maybe even you, watching this video with a snack in hand and 2% Neanderthal pride in your heart. And hey, if you like this Brainy Meets Funny stroll through time, don't just grunt in approval. Smash that like button, subscribe, and hit the bell like it owes you firewood. Because here in History with a Twist, we don't just teach history. We drag it into the spotlight, give it a mic, and let it roast itself. See you next time, where the past isn't just old, it's bold.